Welcome back everyone to another Beyblade X unboxing video. Today we have the final Hasbro exclusive CX Bey, Wriggle Kraken. Wriggle Kraken is interesting because it is a stamina type with an attack type assist blade. The parts are Kraken for the main blade, slash 385 and an orb. So, as always, we are going to open it up, look at all of its parts, and then test it in battle to see if you should pick up this Beyblade or not. Okay, parts on the table. Starting from the top and working our way down, starting with the Kraken lock chip. A nice lime green, slightly darker lime green lock chip with a teal Kraken. Kind of hiding off in the shadows. I like the composition on this lock chip. Maybe not as much as Fort Hornet, but very nice, looks menacing, and overall a nice design. Now, as we've said, the Hasbro CX Beys, Antler Stag, Fort Hornet, and Wriggle Kraken have kind of been redesigns of existing Beyblades. So I have brought the Wizard Arc for comparison, because the Kraken is essentially just Wizard Arc. The kind of curved dual blade look, very circular. It's kind of the same thing. The only thing that they really changed was the layout and design of the plastic bit, in which you kind of have four tentacles circulating and locking onto each other. Nice blue and pink. Very nice. The shape is nice. Makes sense for the stamina type. And hopefully, with the slash assist blade, should bounce back, kind of fill in these two gaps a little bit. For anyone who plays the Hasbro Beyblade X game, I'm going to hold this still for you to get the code, because it doesn't matter if you've already redeemed it once, you can redeem it once per player. There we go. Just going to quickly put it together, the assist blade, the main blade, and the lock chip. And lock it in. So yeah, you can see the pink coming through some of the jagged slash bits, sticking out for the coverage. Kind of helps repelling just a little bit. It also means it can get nice counterattacks. With the orb bit, if it's hit hard and moves, the height of the CX will let slash get in one or two decent hits on it. Up next, we have the 385 Ratchet. 385 is kind of tall, as we are supposed to be getting a lot of these 85s with the Twisted Tempo, Homage Bey, Clock Mirage. It's supposed to be really tall, which of course CX already is. So I'm not sure what to really expect for it being this tall. You can see the Ratchet sticking out quite a bit. I'm kind of worried about Ratchet bursts. The Orb-tip is pretty good, should keep him nice and stable in the middle of the stadium. So, without further ado, we're going to quit speculating, get into the stadium, and really test it to see if Wriggle Kraken is going to be as good or better than Wizard Arc. Welcome back, everyone. Now we are in the battle round. We are now testing our newest Wriggle Kraken. with slash 385 orb against a series of competitors. Some have made it in every video. We are testing a new configuration from the previous video. Our Wizard Rod 160 Hexa, our Silver Wolf 580 Ball, Shark Scale 450 level, and the new configuration that we are testing is our Soul Eclipse. This is in a smash mode with wheel, 580, and wall ball. So as always, we are going to use our dual launcher attachment and going one battle after another, first to 4 points wins, and seeing how many victories Wriggle Kraken can make. Starting off with our defensive Silver Wolf. 3, 2, 1. Doing some practice attacks with Wriggle Kraken. The cylindrical blade of Kraken offers nice recoil. It is a lot of the times able to disrupt and unbalance the opponent. This is not one of those times. Wriggle Kraken has surprised me in terms of the Hasbro Beyblades. So we'll just see how many points it gets. That was 1 point to Silver Wolf. Battle 2, 3, 2, 1. That's what you see. Immediate recoil with the slash blade. It does get off balance a little bit if it doesn't find its way to the middle. It can have a heavy scraping issue. There we go, starting to balance itself out just a little bit. Silver Wolf now starting to wobble pretty bad. And 1 point to Kraken. Wriggle Kraken has done really well at repelling. The orb doesn't let it move too much, so you're not going to see a lot of extreme bashes. That was 2 points to the knockout zone. Wriggle Kraken now having 3 to 1. Like I said, this big has really surprised me because Wizard Arc wasn't that good, and I didn't have high hopes for the Hasbro Beys. I'm going to relaunch that one. But so far, this one has been a very, very pleasant surprise. Last one. 3, 2, 1. That nice thin blade helping him stay balanced, as long as there's a nice level ground from the center of the stadium. Otherwise, you can just get knocked over. 3 to 2. Point to Silver Wolf. Again, 3, 2, 1. It's a little jumpy as well, and I think that's just has to do from the 385 Ratchet. It's having a harder time staying consecutively balanced. Okay, 3 to 3, which means no matter what, this will be the last battle for these two. 3, 2, 1. Nice recoil hit. See if Kraken can recover. That one was close, but that's going to be a victory for our Silver Wolf. Up next, because we did defense, we'll go attack. with our shark scale. 3, 2, 1. I was curious to see this one because of the major height difference. Shark scale already being incredibly small for most bays. Putting Wriggle Kraken on the 85 Ratchet, it's just going to be smacking that bottom part consecutively. And I don't imagine Wriggle Kraken's going to get points unless I can just stay away from Shark Scale, which is kind of what we're seeing now. By the time Shark Scale comes to the middle, most of the power is gone, but with the height difference, it may not matter. There's the contact. Yeah, like I said, with that height difference, it just doesn't matter. Able to knock it over and make it scrape. That's 2 to 0. 3, 2, 1. I will say the Orb-tip is doing really well on staying in the stadium. The last 2 launches, Shark Scale went for an immediate extreme dash victory where it was able to jump back into the stadium. That is 1 point. 2 to 1. Going again. 3, 2, 1. So close, but like I said, that scraping issue, it's just having a hard time balancing on the slope. This may be the last one. 3 to 1. 3, 2, 1. And this time, Shark goes in the pocket. So we are at 3 to 3. Again, no matter what, this is the last fight for these two. Let me go a little harder on the launch this time. 3, 2, 1. Shark Scale hitting hard, trying to get Kraken to the outside of the stadium where he's going to lose its balance. It was that close, but another win for our opponent. Kraken's picking up points, but he's not winning. Because Kraken is a, I don't want to say reprint, but basically a Wizard Arc, we're going to be putting it up against our Wizard Rod. 3, 2, 1. This is just going to probably be a stamina battle, but this will be a good test at least to see how long without heavy attacks Kraken can spin. Of course, the Hexa-tip isn't going to give Wizard as much stamina as Ball would. But as you can see, it is still a very, very good combo. That is 1 point to Wizard. 3, 2, 1. Good launching position for both of them. But Wizard just has the better balance with the blade. Another point. 2 to nothing. 3, 2, 1. Very light attacks from Wizard. Almost looking like it may tip in a minute. No, but those attacks stabilized it. And here goes Kraken about to spin out for a third time. This is probably it for Wizard. 3, 2, 1. Going a little harder on the launch as we did in the last one. Hexa giving it a little bit more attack than Ball. Wizard is going in for those attacks that destabilize Kraken. And it is over. Wizard Rod for the win. And for the final matchup, we have Soul Eclipse in Smash Wheel 580 Wall Ball. So for the last battle, we have our Soul Eclipse in our Smash mode with Wheel 580 Wall Ball. We're testing out different modes. Wall Ball, I think, gives it the best chance to stay upright longer for Wheel and Smash to deflect attacks. This may not be its final form, but it is good enough for testing for now. The only problem is, as you can see now, once it gets hit too many times, it has a hard time recovering, giving the point to Kraken because of the walls. It kind of has mini scrapes on that small slope. Kraken almost going for an extreme dash halfway through the stadium. Got a good hit, but not enough. 1-to-1 to both. 3, 2, 1. Kraken has really good movement for Orb. Again, the only thing holding it back is the scraping issue. Maybe we can find a different part to balance it out, or switch it with Massive for the assist blade. And that's a burst. Quickly just retighten everything. And we'll do one more. Looking at it from the top side angle, it kind of reminds me of an old school Rock Leone with the colors. Definitely not intentional, but just a nice little thought. Soul Eclipse got the last point. If Kraken pulls this off here, then it wins. And there it goes. So for the first time, we have Kraken being the winner. And honestly, I'm a little surprised with how well this performed. But we will talk about final thoughts in just a moment. So, Wriggle Kraken. I definitely think it performed better than I was expecting it to. In battle, Wizard Arc wasn't a great Bey for different reasons. I definitely think Kraken is an improvement to that design. I don't know if it's from the Slash Assist Blade or the 385 Ratchet, because they both had Orb, and Arc Wizard just wasn't that great of a Bey. But as you saw, this was picking up points. It definitely performed better than the other two Hasbros. So this is definitely one, if I were to just see in the wild, I haven't seen these in any stores. I only got these from Amazon. Maybe you'll find them in your local area. If you do, definitely pick this one up. It has good movement, it has good attack, it repels nicely due to its shape, and I'm sure you can find a lot of really good combos to make this thing even more destructive in battle. But that's it for the Hasbro exclusive CX Beys. Which of the three did you find to be your favorite? Have you picked any of them up, and where are you seeing this? For other collectors who may want it, the next ones that are coming in is the Clock Mirage set. That should be here soon. And when we get them, we will make another review, unboxing, and test to see how they perform. And we will see you in the next video.